Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using a strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. Do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, I'm going to be following up with the previous video on looking at MMTLP and more revelations from Greg McCabe. We're also going to be looking at potential huge news expected from NextBridge hydrocarbons, and I'm also going to be doing an update on ticker symbol RGTI and focusing on quantum computing and the impact of the future with regard to AI especially. And we're also going to be looking at a quick review of the weekly watch list. So before we get started, let's have a look at what's happening in the market. So first of all, from Bloomberg, we can see that US stocks have fallen to close out the best 2-year stretch since 1998. So we're looking at 2023 and 2024 as two better years in the market, especially after COVID and 2022. So we can also see here investors are expecting more gains from the US market in 2025. The benchmark S&P 500 was up 23.31% in 2024, exceeding previous gains. So the other big thing that we'll be looking out for in 2025 is inflation, and the question is, will inflation continue to decline in 2025? And the key thing that we are going to focus on, obviously inflation has cooled. The Fed's goal is approximately 2%, and officials are expecting inflation to stay above the bank's target level in 2025. So we'll have to see how the new government comes in and deals with this significant problem, especially for the markets. Let's start by having a look at ticker symbol RGTI, also known as Rigetti Computing Incorporated. It's a stock that has been featured on a number of occasions on the channel. It's also a stock that we have been watching carefully in the Discord. And if we have a look at the chart for close of play on Friday, you'll see here it was down 10%. So there was a little bit of a sell-off at $15.26. It was up 2.7% in the post market. But I think what's more interesting is over the previous 5 days, it was still up close to 40%. And I think what's even more interesting than that, and this is one of the reasons why we have been following this stock, is over the previous month it's up over 400%, and at one point it was also trading in excess of $17. So in one of our recent weekly watch lists, we called this out, and it was up in that 1 week over 77%. So some great calls there as well. So why is this a company that is being now obviously currently trending in the stock quantum computing area? So first of all, quantum computing has entered the financial spotlight, and this company is obviously in the center of that. There is a smartphone revolution, and the quantum ripple effect is taking place. So obviously we're looking at potential to revolutionize ideas and AI, data processing, encryption and more. So if we look at other benefits of this technology, we can see here it includes enhanced efficiency, robust security, AI breakthroughs with a promise to make mobile applications smarter and more intuitive. But however, there are always going to be costs and challenges, and these include cost implications and also technical complexity. So why RGTI? So it is a high risk, high reward stock. So from recent news we can see here they are currently riding the wave, but the journey is still starting. So one to definitely keep an eye on, maybe potentially similar to Rocket Lab. So the mission of the company is to deliver full stack quantum computing system. It has projects underway to enhance qubit fidelity and introduce innovative system architectures. The tech firm is also slated to launch a 36 qubit system by mid-2025. So again, a key date that we will be watching there going forward. And in terms of the chart recently and the growth, we can see here from February 2024 all the way to November 2024, the stock price was fairly static. It was trading at one point just over 50 cents, and right now we can see recently it was trading as high as $17, and we've just seen that pull back to around about $15. Again, RGTI, one of the stocks that we will be watching. And finally, if we have a look at the analyst ratings, they are rating it as a strong buy. That's based on 6 analyst ratings. However, I think overall this is a high risk, high reward stock. It has to be traded with care, but certainly one to keep an eye on. Let's now have a look at MMTLP, and following up from the previous video, check out where we looked at the post from Guess Who, and this was with regard to some email releases potentially with fire from Greg McCabe, and there was a number of important announcements and revelations in there. However, before we look at more news from that, I'd like to give a shout out here to Marcos, who stated of the 200 plus emails between University Lands and Nextbridge, only 3 came out. So why? So obviously this certainly suggests there's a lot more out there. Potentially there could be more information about the alleged Wall Street criminals, and the news that we are potentially expecting here is that with regard to the Louisiana play, and also featured previously in one of the videos. So the self deal between McCabe Petroleum and Nextbridge is due today, 1st of January 2025. McCabe has still got some time to post this PR. He's waiting, I've also been waiting, but news has not been shared as of yet at time of editing. So it's referring back to this press release from October the 11th 2024 from Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, where they stated the closing is anticipated to occur on or before December the 31st 2024, and that is with regard to a letter of intent to acquire the Louisiana Heritage Place. So news still to be expected there. But let's go back to that email and more revelations from Greg McCabe and what Market News have stated, again reiterating some of the information covered in the previous video, that the company's CEO confirms short sellers and bad actors have threatened him and his family and attempted to destroy the company. So I'm going to delve into one of Greg's emails here. So let's have a look at what has been stated. So we can see here in terms of the date, this is dated April the 15th 2024, and it's from Hudspeth Oil Corporation at that time, wholly owned by Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, and it's from Greg McCabe. So the highlighted parts that are here that I'm going to share with you is, first of all, he stated that he's lived in the Midland for over 60 years and he's been a Permian Basin geologist for the previous 4 decades. So significant amount of relevant history there from a personal point of view, and he would love to have a meeting with you, i.e. the University Lands Board, to discuss before the University Land responds. He's flown to Houston on March 22nd, met with a person whose name has been blanked out. So obviously the fire did not allow that, to explain the surreal situation, and he's taken my company, which is Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, into a private company. So he shares his reasons for this, and he says this is to escape a broken system that encourages the destruction of public companies via short and distort campaigns, and the act of going private has trapped some very bad actors with significant financial exposure, and the only solution is to bankrupt Nextbridge Hydrocarbons to make their problems go away. So let's see how that materialize, and certainly hope that does not happen. And as a result of the outlandish behavior, Nextbridge has lost their entire management. That is certainly concerning and worrying, and they have come in he has come in as an unpaid CEO in January, as I already covered in the previous video. And Greg also goes on to say he's explained the situation to a person not named, and he confirmed that these trapped short investors have contacted the University Lands in an attempt to convince you that Nextbridge is a fraud and that the asset has no value. So these so-called Wall Street criminals are doing their best over these to bankrupt Nextbridge Hydrocarbons, and it also looks like Greg McCabe is doing his best almost single-handedly to stop that happening. So I think from my point of view, I think certainly Greg does need our support, and I think he as a person who's making most of the decisions, I think he has found it probably difficult to provide the communication that shareholders are looking for, and I do hope he tries to improve on that where he can, obviously disregarding anything that is confidential. So we will continue to see how this develops. And finally, I'd like to wish everybody a happy and prosperous new year for 2025, and hopefully we do get a resolution that is satisfactory to everyone. And thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.